Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Teresa and I'm the founder of Incredible Brilliant Youth, an organisation that I started in 2012 with the purpose of helping young people improve their confidence and access to opportunities. Today I have worked with over 2,000 young people in 13 boroughs across London and in Essex, I can't forget Essex too, focusing on subjects such as beauty, self-esteem, body image, education and employment. I'm a trained makeup artist and youth worker, and the reason why I focus on those 5 different things is because I grew up with really low self-esteem when I was younger. I'm a survivor of sexual violence, and also I was really badly bullied when I was at school. So that left me feeling really low and really worthless. And throughout my career, but especially I'd say 6 or 7 years ago, I realised that young people were feeling the same way that I did. So they had a lot of feelings of low self-worth, that they couldn't do well, for various reasons that I'll get onto later. But I decided that I was going to do something about it. And that's why Incredible Brilliant Youth exists. So I work with young people in some of the poorest wards in London. As I said, they're aged 13 to 30. Most youth organisations stop at 25 because I think apparently you're supposed to have your life together by then or something. I didn't quite get that memo. So the young people that I work with, some of them are unemployed, some of them have special educational needs, some of them are sexual assault survivors like me, some of them have been bullied, same way that I have. Some of them are gifted and talented, and we can't forget the gifted and talented because they're maybe at the other end of the scale, but they have self-esteem problems too, and they have pressure on them to perform, so I never leave anybody out basically. Some of them have drug and alcohol addiction problems as well. So as you can see, I work with a really wide range of young people, and that's because I believe nobody should be left out or left behind. So that's some of the workshops that I run. So on the left is a course that I ran with the Prince's Trust, and that was Get Started with Beauty. So I taught some of these young women about makeup for a week, which was absolutely fantastic, and some of them have gone on to become freelance makeup artists, which is awesome. And on the other side, this is a session that I like to call Future Choices, where I talk to young people. This group of young people are year 8, so we talk about what they want to do in the future, and we do networking exercises as well, which is always really interesting, especially when they have to do an elevator pitch. So to put kind of what I do into context, there are loads of statistics around self-esteem, and I'd like to share some of these with you. So 54% of young people believe that a lack of self-confidence holds them back. 32%, which is far too high in my opinion, don't feel in control of their lives. 72%, however, describe themselves as ambitious. Now this is really interesting because that is a complete loggerheads with the first statistic, because they really do believe in themselves. They have a desire to do well. They really want to do well, and I'm sure you've all felt at some stage in your life you really want to do well, but you just don't necessarily have that little special spark of confidence that you need to get you to where you want to be. And that's exactly what's going on with them. It's the self-confidence that bridges the gap, and that's what we work on. Consistent low self-esteem is a massive precursor for poor mental health later on, and can lead to depression and anxiety. And in over 270,000 different counselling sessions that Childline ran over the last few years, actually in the space of a year, low self-esteem was one of the top 3 issues that they actually counselled young people on. So it is really serious. So these are our values, and these are something that I hold very dear to my heart. Supporting young people is so important. So we listen to our young people, we make sure we know what they want and that they can express themselves in our mentoring program and in our workshops as well. We empower them, we meet them where they're at, whatever situation they're in life, we are there, and we want them to know that we can help them to move forward, and more particularly that they can actually help themselves to move forward too. We're all about giving them agency and giving them power over their lives. And we want to help them grow. We want them to know that their contribution, their dedication, their determination in life is valid, and that they deserve a chance to succeed. So our impact. As you can see, it's mostly quantitative, but it is great. So young people have gone on to start their own businesses. We have a couple of young people who've gone on to do some amazing things here tonight. If somebody would like to ask a wonderful question about it later. They've got higher achievement levels. They've started, as I said, they've started their own businesses. They've got better relationships with their peers. They're generally doing really well. But this leads me on to the big ask. So, £3,000 will enable us to do 3 core things. It will help us to develop our mentoring scheme so that we can track journeys of the young people that we work with. I'll be able to deliver 100 sessions to 10 young people in different areas in London and track their journeys to see what is actually happening with them over the course of what we do, and get those statistics that we need that I can take to funders and corps and various other places to get them involved and hopefully supporting IBY. It will also help to get a volunteer in the office. I basically do everything myself and I really, really need support. Also, non-financial support is also really needed, especially if it's to do with Microsoft Excel. So anything over and above the 3,000, Microsoft Excel, you like that? Okay, cool. So anything above the £3,000 will go towards our awesome youth board. Some of the members are here tonight and you'll be hearing from them in a second. And it will enable me to train them to lead their own workshops to then deliver to other young people, which will then expand the reach and the impact. Thank you very much.